How's it going, everyone? Sam here from the People's Gym. I wanted to take a moment to talk about sustainability. One thing that we see often and that I see often is a lot of people have good ideas and good intentions of what they want to achieve and how they want to achieve goals in life, whether that be fitness, whether that be losing weight, whether that be getting stronger. We're very idealistic, and that's a good thing. But what we see is how often people fall short of that. And I think that's for one of two reasons. I think number one, it's because we set ourselves up for failure by taking steps that are too big too soon. What I mean by that is if someone wants to lose weight and they haven't been doing anything for 4 years, and all of a sudden they decide, I'm going to go to the gym 4 days a week and hit the weights, I'm going to do my cardio, I'm going to change my diet. They might be able to do that for a short amount of time. They might lose a good amount of weight. They might feel good. They might, actually make some change. But the question is it sustainable? Because what we want out of this is we want to not just change ourselves for a month or a year or 2 years. We want lifelong change. We want longevity as our goal. And so the person number one might have a short amount of success for a month or 2 or 3, but they're probably going to burn out. They might injure themselves because their body isn't prepared for this kind of physical activity. It's just really hard and it's not sustainable. Number two person is sees their goal. Again, maybe they want to lose a certain amount of kilos or achieve something that seems really grand. And so when they see the greatness and the largeness of what their goal might be, it terrifies them, and so they do nothing at all, right? The thought of trying to achieve a goal so big is too much, and so they just stay where they are and they don't change any habits, and they get stuck in that rut for the rest of their life. The reason I think those two things happen is actually the same. I think we need to learn, and the approach that we need to take in that scenario is to create sustainable steps. We need to create easy ways to take one step at a time. So what might that look like in your scenario? If you're someone who wants to lose weight and you haven't been training for years and years, or however long, you haven't been any sort of physical training, going to the gym 4 days a week is probably not the place to start. Where you might want to start is to commit to going for a walk 4 days a week for at least 20 minutes to half an hour. That might be your commitment. That's actually a sustainable commitment. If you can do that for 6 months straight, there's some sustainability in that. And then you get to ask the question, well, what's the next step? Maybe you start adding some strength training in 2 days a week and you walk 3 days a week. And so you see it's about taking small and sustainable steps. The problem with our culture is that we want instant gratification. We see things on Instagram, we see things on Facebook, we see things, six-pack abs this, magic pill this, diet that, do this, do that in the magic way. It's all rubbish. It's all rubbish. We put too much emphasis on the method and not enough emphasis on the consistency, right? So my encouragement to you is that if you have a goal, if you have something you'd like to achieve and you feel like you don't know where to start, figure out small and sustainable steps to achieve that. Figure out bite-sized ways that you can take a step towards your goal and that you can do something that you know you're going to be able to uphold for a good amount of time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long it might be, and then reassess as you go. Begin to change things. If it's your diet, maybe it's about substituting a few foods out. Maybe every time you want to have a pasta dish, you choose something a little less calorie dense and have rice instead or potatoes instead. And so we make this small change, this small sustainable change that over time we get to build habits and we get to change our lifestyle a little bit at a time for longevity, for something that gives us a much better and more sustainable future to achieve our goal. I hope that gives you some good insight into my thoughts and how I approach these things. And so I hope you can take something from that and apply it. And if you want to talk more about it, feel free to hit me up on Facebook at The People's Gym or on Instagram at The People's Gym, or just DM us, whatever works for you. But have a great week.